Hey guys, welcome back. USA to Philippines Life channel. Got the missus with me here today, my much better looking better half. Today she's going to share with us her top 5 list of things she likes least about living here in the States. So you're going to want to hear what she has to say, so stick around. Alright, so here we go. Here's Laarni's top 5 things she likes least about living in the USA. Let's hear what you got.
I have top 5 leasts. Show off my list. I have top 5 lists that I don't like live here in the USA. Number 5 is transportation. Why transportation? Because here transportation is not so convenient like in the Philippines. And in the Philippines, it's a lot of jeepney everywhere you go. It's always like it's so convenient to ride a jeepney. And I think it's not just a jeepney and buses and taxi. Here in the US, is also there's transportation, but it's not so convenient like the Philippines. Here, if you want to ride the bus, you need to go to the bus station. You still need to walk. And for example, Uber, you need to wait for the Uber. And I'm not using Uber because now I feel like I'm not safe.
Right, when you feel unsafe with that.
Yeah, unsafe to ride the Uber. And the problem when you're riding the bus, it's because it's what they call this, when winter time you will freeze outside. Wait for the bus.
She hasn't kind of quite got used to the winter weather yet.
So my first experience to ride the bus when I got here, and even though I'm wearing so much clothes, but still like you will freeze because sometimes the bus stuck for how many minutes, like sometimes it takes like 30 minutes. You wait outside and it's so cold. The wind is blowing on you and it's like you're freezing before the bus came. And I really don't like. And that's it. So that's the transportation. The number 4, it's a Filipino food. There is also Filipino food here, but the difference of the Filipino food here and in the Philippines, because I think for me, because in the Philippines is more fresh, the Filipino foods there, and more natural. And I think it's really different because like daily food of the Filipino is more simple, and like it's the vegetable that I ate in the Philippines I cannot find in here. So but at least I can taste Filipino food in here from time to time if we will go to Tropical Hut. So we can buy some Filipino foods if I have time. Sometimes I can cook by myself. But sometimes it's not so good because, you know, the ingredients and the things that you are using, it's different than in the Philippines. Like here, you don't have the moringa. I don't know what is that, malunga. I said moringa. Yeah, you don't have those kinds. It's different. You're
missing some ingredients.
Yes. Some of the ingredients is not in here. So that's one. That's the top 4. Top 3, it's weather. So actually, I really hate winter because it's so cold.
Well, when she first got here, it was January. She got here in mid to late January. So it was about 32 degrees, which is 0 Celsius for you all who go by Celsius. And you know, I didn't drive. I took a Uber to the airport to pick her up, just because it was easier than trying to find parking. But anyway, I pick her up, and I brought. Did I bring you a coat?
Yeah.
I brought her a coat, and I handed it to her, and she said, "No, I don't need that." And as soon as we walked outside, I said, "You sure? It's cold." She said, "No, I'm fine." And we went outside, and well, like 2 minutes, she said, "When's the car gonna get here? I'm freezing." That was her introduction to the cold.
So one more thing that I don't like cold is not just a feeling cold, it's the layer of the clothes that you need to wear. It's like a layer. When I said layer, it's you need to layer your clothes, especially when it's very cold. Like if you're not going to layer your clothes, and then you're not going to layer your clothes, you're not prepared for the cold, and then you're going to wait for the bus. I will tell you, you need to go back home. It's really bad. So that's one top three that I don't like here. It's the weather. And one more thing is like when it's summer. Now it's summer here, and because my body is already adjusted to a cool weather. Now it's summer,
and it gets hot here.
and now it's so hot. When it's hot, it's like like I feel suffocated. Like I don't want to. Like I said, it's terrible.
It's hotter here this summer than it was when we were in Iloilo last time.
Yeah, it's really not good.
No,
Kind
it
of
was in like
hot,
the
though.
low
It's
mid
like-
80s when we were there.
Yes,
here
and-
it's been hitting 90. We've been on these 90 2-3 day
So
90
it's
streaks.
so it's very hot. So like I don't like the weather because the adjustment
It's extreme.
yes, the adjustment of your body, it's not good. So I don't like it because like you need to adjust when winter time, you need to adjust when summer time, and when winter time. But for me, the worst part is winter time because I don't like and I hate to wear so much and layer clothes.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun with that. That's
And
always
then-
good. I'm like her weatherman. Darling, is it cold out? It's like, yes, it's March. It's February.
And then the second top that I don't like to live here in the US
Number two.
is number two. I mean, it's homesick. It's you can't really you can't really deny the feeling that you feel homesick, like you really miss your home.
But I'm
where
not
you
from the
came.
Philippines, and I'm homesick for the Philippines still. I can't wait to go back. Really, seriously.
Like a feeling like you want to go back. You really miss your where you came from, the Philippines. I don't know, maybe
And family.
Yeah, the family.
Yeah.
The
I'm
family.
missing the kids.
Yes, it's a lot of things. It's mixed. It's everything. It's
My
like
kids, hi Nanay. Shout out to Nanay and the kids.
shout out da sa mga taga Iloilo manda ara dira sa kanday nanay da kag sa mga utod ko da kag sa kabataan man.
Yeah, like what she said.
And then that's the homesick. So you really miss your family, everything. So it's like a feeling like you want to go back home. So it creates sadness. It creates like a feeling like you feel lonely because of those things.
Thank God for video calls. Imagine if you didn't have that.
Yes.
It'd be really
That's why,
hard.
like every day, like I like to talk to them, even just a couple of minutes. It's like just to ease
Yeah.
the feeling that you feel like you're
And
feel sad.
especially with COVID,
Yes.
we were last there. We left Iloilo on November 4th, 2019. We would have been there and back to. We would have been maybe getting ready for our second trip back since then.
Yeah.
Now, so like everybody else, we're shut out of going back because we can't do the extended hotel quarantine. So yeah, definitely relate to the homesick thing myself.
Yes.
Like I know how I feel. I can't imagine how you feel. So number one,
Number one is stress. When I said stress is the stress level of the cost of living here is very high, so it demands a lot of money. So if you want to have a good life, you need to work harder. So you can't just sit down and relax. So here, when it comes to stress, it means everything you need to pay. Like for example, if you're renting a house, you need to pay the rent. So the rent in here is very expensive. So if you are not going to work, you can't pay your rent. So I mean, you need to work more harder. All the food you need to buy, so everything. So your salary, still they're getting taxes. So they need to, when you work harder, the higher tax they're going to deduct from your salary. It's a lot of things, from your food and everything, and everything you're doing here. It's they are deducting everything from your salary. So I know there's a good thing someday for you to retire, but while you are living right now, you need a big of money to live in here. So the level of stress, why I said stress, because before, when I was in the Philippines, I'm not taking any sleeping pill or any melatonin just to sleep, because like I can sleep peacefully without anything that I need to think. But here I need to think when I get up when I wake up and then prepare myself. I need to prepare myself to work. Like I need to to condition your mind, to condition your emotion, because it's really like when you go to work, it's a big battle of emotion and mind and your body. And here I already started started to learn how to take Tylenol before in the Philippines, like tempra or biogesic. I just take that when I'm sick. But here, body ache, I started to have the migraine. Before I don't have that, but now it's different. Like I said to myself, why I'm getting all of this that I don't have when I was in the Philippines. So for me, the level of stress in here is very, very high, and it affects you emotionally and physically. And I really understand why the medication in here, it's a lot of selection. When it comes to melatonin, it's a lot of brand and it's a lot of type of melatonin. Sleeping pills is the same. When it comes to ibuprofen, something like that, Tylenol is a lot of things when it comes to pain. So sometimes I took the Tylenol, or not just sometimes, but I always have my Tylenol in my beside me, because when I go to sleep, when I have those body ache, my legs is so hurt and all my foot is really hurt. So I really need to take those Tylenol just to remove those pain, so that when I woke up, I'm ready again for the next
Work
bottle.
day.
Yeah, work day. So that's all the stress in here. So my advice is, if you are not ready for those kind of stress in here, then don't start it. Just stay where you are.
And can I just say something?
Yes.
This level of stress is, specific to this part of the New York metropolitan area where we live. It's very fast paced. It's very high stress. Also, the industry that we're in, we're just coming out of a pandemic, which is probably the worst case scenario for the healthcare industry. So everybody's really been put through the ringer. So already stressful place to live is that much more stressful right now. Even though we're coming out of it, everybody's still kind of shaking it off. That's been kind of difficult. So you want to? So let's recap your list. So number 5 was
transportation.
Transportation we talked about. Number 4,
Filipino food.
Filipino food. Number 3,
Weather.
The weather. It changes so much, you can't get used to it. And that's true too, because I'm not a hot weather fan. But yeah, when I'm in the Philippines, after week 2, I'm good. As long as I have the aircon to sleep, I'm good. I can deal with it. So number 2.
No, number 2, homesick.
Homesick, yeah. The homesick blues. And number 1, as we've been discussing, the stress. So that you have it. This Laarni's top 5 things she likes least about USAlife. So thank everybody say thank you for them joining us.
Thank you for joining us, and please don't forget to subscribe this channel if you are not yet subscribed.
That's right, and ring the bell because we got a lot more great content like this planned and better. We got our trip. We're going to take, if we can't go to the Philippines, we're going to go somewhere, and it's looking very much like we're going to go out to Nevada, to the Las Vegas area to visit some family, and we will definitely taking you guys with us for that, so that'll be pretty cool. So thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. Stay well, stay blessed, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care.